back with the #1 television program for pro wrestling worldwide.
Mad Dog Marty Sugar here, wrestling fans. And listen, Johnny Roston, you know, you are a talented kid. I say kid even though you look like you're 52 years old, but you act like a little kid. And I remember when my kids were little, they used to love bedtime stories. So I'm going to tell you a little story, Johnny Roston. And you would think, oh, is Mad Dog Marty Sugar going to tell a story about the boy who cried wolf? Because that would make sense. Or maybe I'll talk about the Three Little Pigs because Johnny Roston is huffing and puffing and he's so full of hot air. But in reality, I found this the other day, Chicken Little. Now this is obviously not the OG version. This is the crappy remake that they did for animation. And hey, it doesn't matter though. The point is the same. Okay, the idea of Chicken Little is that Chicken Little got hit in the head with an acorn and then thought the sky was falling and tried to convince everyone else the sky was falling too. Johnny Roston, you've been hit in the head with something. I don't know if it's a chair. I don't know if it was a trash can lid, but you have it in your head that Big West Wrestling, i.e. me, is out to get you. I have given you opportunities when phony veterans have given you nothing but BS. And no, I'm not talking about Rick Jules because he's actually a legitimate veteran that knows what he's talking about. I'm talking about these clowns you hang out with on Vancouver Island that are feeding you full of BS. You think that someone is out to get you. I have not been out to get you. I have been out to give you an opportunity when other people didn't think you deserved it. But you keep pissing and moaning that I am out to get you. Well, guess what, pal? Now I am. And on Friday, March the 10th, I've announced that Mad Dog Marty Sugar, for one night only, until I do it again, I am wrestling. And guess who I'm wrestling, you punk ass? I am wrestling you, and I am wrestling your family jewels ringleader, Rick Jules. And it's a tag match against me and my buddy, a guy from the island who's actually inspiring and not just full of himself like you, AJS. And we are going to run wild on you two in tag team action in Rutland. See you there, baby. And just like that, fans, we have ourselves a tag team match on March 10th in Rutland. The show is entitled About Last Month, and if you're asking who is AJS, well, you saw a video package of him at Rise Above, and we're going to show it again on TalkDown right now.
My name is AJS. I was born with a disability called cerebral palsy. You see, ever since I was a little kid, people have told me my dreams were impossible, that I can't be what I want to be in this world. Well, ever since I was 3 years old, the only dream I've ever had was to be inside that ring, was to be a professional wrestler. Well, now, in Kelowna, for Big West Wrestling, my dream becomes reality. My dreams will be realized. And I hope the fans will know that when they see me and they see what I can do, that anything is possible, that anything can happen, that dreams can be reality. And I hope for all the other wrestlers, when they see what I can do, that they realize that I am absolutely just spectacular. AJS.
Let me tell y'all something. When I first met AJS at the VIPW Training Center in Nanaimo, and I watched him just do warm-up drills before he even got into working on matches and all the rest, I was inspired. It's an old wrestling cliche, but this kid has more heart than anyone I've ever met, and I am thrilled that not only will he be debuting in Big West, but he'll be doing it as my tag team partner against these wieners in the Family Jewels. Now here's more from AJS about the match itself.
Hi, my name is AJS. And I'm the only disabled professional wrestler in BC today. A couple days ago, I get a call from Marty Sugar. He said, "Hey, I've got a problem with the Family Jewels and I think you'd help me out." I said, "Marty, I'm flattered, but it's kind of out of my area of expertise and I think you should really go see a doctor." He said, "No, kid. I'm talking about Johnny Roston and Rick Jules." Well, Marty, I accept the challenge. And the challenge it is because Johnny Roston is undefeated in Big West. He has made an impact everywhere he goes. Now I didn't have to say anything on Rick Jules. He's the champ. He's the man to beat and he can't be beaten. But I'm not alone. Because by my side I got Marty Sugar, the Mad Dog. The man's done everything there is to do. He's seen it all. He's been in this business almost as long as I've been alive. So I guess that only begs one question. Can Marty and I topple the ones at the top? Can we beat the ones that have been running roughshod over Big West wrestling for months? Well, I guess you're just going to have to find out March 10th. But I promise you one thing. It will be absolutely just spectacular. Because I am AJ.
Now, as you can see in this super cool match graphic that I made, thank you very much, Rick Jules doesn't look too pleased. Not only has his yappy little protege got him in a tag match he didn't ask for, but Rick also has a main event to worry about, where he doesn't even 100% know who his opponents will be. Let's hear from our dominant internet champion right now.
March the 10th marks my return to the Rutland Centennial Hall in Kelowna, British Columbia, but it marks something even greater. It marks my 7th defense of this championship, which places me 2nd overall in the rankings of the most defensive champions in Big West wrestling history. That is a fact that I know pains the people of Kelowna. I know it pains certain individuals within the Big West office. And those same individuals believe that that night I am at a disadvantage, but I beg to differ. You see, not only is a triple threat match contested under no disqualification rules by default, but 4 men have to battle each other for the opportunity to face me for this. And those men have to fight carefully and strategically to make sure there's enough of them left. My only disappointment is knowing those men will not be at 100% and that I will have to be satisfied picking apart that which remains. On March the 10th, will it be 2 men that I have already faced and defeated? Will it be 2 men that have yet to challenge me? Will it be a combination of the 2? Those are the questions that you're all asking, but I only have one question myself. Will it be enough? Will it be enough to feed my family? Will it be enough to satiate me, or will we have to take that much more?
Far be it for me to correct the champion, but 7 title defenses will keep him in 3rd place for title defenses in a single championship reign. Shreds had 8 between May 12th, 2017 and November 10th, 2017, and Ace Redmond Jr. had 9 between June 15th, 2019 and February 8th, 2020. But why quibble over trivial things like statistics and numbers and facts and logic? This is professional wrestling, baby. Love him or hate him, Rick Jules has a stranglehold on the internet title, and it's going to take some serious work to wrest the championship away from him. And who is up for the challenge? Let's hear from some of those potential challengers, starting with Big Rig Jimmy Mitchell.
Whoop, buddy, it's your favorite renegade trucker, Big Rig Jimmy Mitchell here. And let me tell you something, after getting cheated out of my win in my Big West Wrestling Internet title match, whew, Big Rig mad. Now I'm just getting home from the dojo, and I learned that Big West Wrestling's not even gonna make it right. They're pushing me into some kind of mini tournament to see who faces Rick Jules in a triple threat for the Big West Wrestling Internet title on March 10th at Rutland Centennial Hall. Gambler, let me tell you something. You know I love you, brother, but old Big Rig gonna truck right through you on the way to that triple threat match. And it don't matter to me if the other person in that match is KB6 or Evan Ashford. What matters to old Big Rig is Rick Jules. What matters to old Big Rig is the Big West Wrestling Internet title. And what matters to old Big Rig is getting his hand raised at the end of the night. And that's exactly what I'm coming to Rutland to do. So be sure you get your tickets to see a brand new Big West Wrestling Internet champion.
Of course, Big Rig is referring to his battle with Rick Jules on February 3rd from Rutland Centennial Hall, and we do promise to have that match in full on a future episode of Thursday Night Throwdown. But he's not the only guy determined to get into the title mix this coming weekend, as Evan Ashford has also lost to the numbers game that is the Family Jewels, and KB6, well, he just wants to even out his physique.
Hello, Big West Wrestling. March 10th, I'll be making my grand return to Kelowna in beautiful country. And I'll be going up against the one and only Evan Ashford. Now, you know, you a tough competitor, but you ain't nothing like King Barry the Sixth. And I'm going to have to put you down so I can go in that main event and add another championship because, well, Sarno's feeling a little light. Whether I go against Rick Jules and whoever the hell decides to win, doesn't matter because at the end of the night, I will be walking away with that championship.
KB6, we meet each other Friday, March 10th, and the winner of our match goes on to a triple threat for the Internet title. And to be honest, as much as I respect you, that triple threat means more to me than anything right now. And this is a classic David and Goliath story. You outweigh me by, hell, a whole other me. But I will wear you down, because I know everybody falls. And just like Goliath, KB6, you are going to fall.
Another match on the card has changed twice, as Shawn Murphy was supposed to face Todd Quality, but Todd is out with a non-wrestling injury until at least the end of April, and we wish him a speedy and healthy recovery. Todd's replacement, the talented young Matt Maverick, just contacted us last night, and a family emergency is going to keep him home this coming weekend. We wish Matt and his family all the best at this time. While we work to find a replacement to face Murphy, who was our focus on last week's Throwdown, let's look at what Murphy had to initially say about Lance Skullz, and of course hear from Lance Skullz because he's mad enough he wasn't part of Throwdown last week.
I'm coming to take out all my anger, all my frustrations out on you. And as for your manager, Lance Skullz, Lance, you stick your nose in my business, I got one for you too.
Hi there, Big West Wrestling. Yes, once again, it is I, Manager of the Year, 2 times running, Lance Skullz. And yes, it is true, Todd Quality is out until May. But Shawn Murphy, I saw what you said, and that's fine. I'm just going to chalk this up to you being dumb and young. Now, March, whatever date it is, I don't even care. All days just kind of run together in my mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because in Kelowna, Lance Skullz, who's having to run solo, has a huge announcement for all of Big West Wrestling. Shut up, car.